Hide your kids, hide your wife. Tinker is back as an obnoxious mid laner, and suddenly the world got a little more dark. Hi, I'm Torte, and let's talk about why Tinker is now growing in popularity not as a support, but back as a core mid laner. Let's break it down. In 7.38, Tinker was buffed in one major way. His Aghanim Scepter upgrade for laser was buffed. Tinker's laser is one of the most annoying abilities in the game because it deals pure damage and can cause the enemy to miss all his physical attacks for like 4+ seconds at max level. However, Tinker can use his ultimate ability Rearm to continually deal damage from afar with laser and have the miss persist over time. The Aghs Scepter buffs the laser in two main ways. One, the laser range is increased by another 700 range so long as you target a nearby unit or hero first. Combined with an Aether Lens, Tinker can straight up hit an enemy target from almost the same distance as Puck's Illusory orb. That means two heroes are taking pure nuke damage and being blinded for significant seconds. Now number 2, the most important Aghanim Scepter upgrade to laser is the health reduction. But that health reduction is both the current and max health of the target. What's insane is that it's stackable, so if you're fast enough, Tinker can outright remove something like 50% of someone's max health, and this 7.38 buff has definitely made that easier. With heroes like Tiny, Ursa, and Lifestealer being in the meta, Tinker Aghs Scepter does a great job shutting down their attacks and reducing their health to nothing. What's more is that because laser has such incredible range, Tinker can continually damage these heroes before they can even get near him. And if they do get near him, don't worry, he has his translocated facet that will blink him away after his defensive matrix shield pops from damage received. Even against heroes like Huskar and Legion Commander, Tinker can be a good counter initiator to force them to buy Dispel like Black Bar or use their press to attack. The strength of laser comes from it applying to all levels of the game. You can grab it at level 1 to both secure last hits on the range creep, but it can also be used to screw up the enemy mid laners last hitting too. At level 15, your talent increases laser by an additional 50 damage, which improves its usefulness leading up to your Aghs Scepter. And by level 25, laser is now an AoE around the target, great against late game illusion heroes like Phantom Lancer and Terrorblade. It's also helpful to split push lanes without having to rely on just marching machines, which is a tad slower. So is there a way to stop Tinker? Yes, but it takes a bit of coordination. Even though the map is a bit more open in terms of visibility, Tinker usually plays in the trees and farms with marching machines on passing creep waves. This keeps the lanes regularly pushed and your team on your side of the map pushing back the lanes. This gives Tinker a lot of freedom to farm, maneuver, and set the moments of engagement, which is when he has all his major items. With that said, heroes like like Spirit Breaker and Night Stalker are great at staying on top of Tinker and roaming through the side lane tree areas. Magnus can also be good in using Skewer to cut down a lot of trees near the side lanes by your towers, giving Tinker much less hidden areas to spam marching the machine. Global ability heroes like Zeus, Invoker with Aghanim Scepter upgrade for his Sunstrike, and Spectre are also great ways to regularly gank and counter Tinker before he becomes too strong. Alternatively, you can just end the game before Tinker can come online, and honestly that also works. Tinker is actually a very slow farmer before he gets his Blink Dagger. Ganking him during the lane stage can extend that delay in farming even more. Picking up items like Glypnir or just straight up pushing down towers early with heroes like Death Prophet or Shadow Shaman can be all you need to shut Tinker down long enough to wrap the game up. In terms of itemization, Tinker only really needs 3 items. The first one is Kaya, and it increases your spell damage to make farming with marching machines all the more efficient, but also improves your mana regeneration when using Bottle. Secondly, Blink Dagger is essential as Tinker relies on positioning to both hide under trees after he teleports in with Keen Conveyance. With Rearm, Tinker regularly repositions himself to land back-to-back lasers on this target, or again to use marching machines to wipe creep waves, to then blink forward to catch the next wave. We already mentioned Tinker's crown jewel, Aghanim Scepter, as well as the appeal of Aether Lens, which extends the range of laser, your blink, and marching machines reach. Remember that Aether Lens builds into Ethereal Blade, a great item to further nuke enemies down with laser, while also providing another way to disable targets from attacking physically. Honda is also a noteworthy pickup for the break, slow, and again, massive nuke damage. Tinker's skill build is also simple, actually. 1. Start out with a point in laser. Again, we do this to secure last hits in the laning stage, but also to deny our opponent last hits. 2. Max out marching machines, of course, as you rely on it to farm stack jungle camps and lanes when you pick up the Blink Dagger. And then 3. We max laser subsequently after for the inevitable fights that you are going to absolutely destroy. With the map spreading the jungle camp so far away, heroes like Tinker that can close the gap quickly with a rearmed Blink Dagger makes farming with him much more advantageous than with other heroes. To add, the mid lane now being much more about dominating the lane, Tinker having marching machines to constantly keep it pushed means he can secure farm and push back the enemy from targeting him when he goes for a last hit. All in all, Smurfs rejoice as there's now a new way to ruin everyone's match with the return of Tinker. As a final tip, don't force Tinker into an awkward position just to finish an enemy off. Focus more on landing as many lasers and marching machines as you can where you are before repositioning to a more ideal but safe position. Trust the range of your lasers to do the job, especially given its bounce range when you get the Aghanim Scepter, and only go to finish target if you know it's safe to do so.